For static back pullovers, you're going to want to start off in the static back position with your legs up over a block or a chair with your knees and hips right at 90 degrees. You're going to go ahead and interlace your fingers, and you want to make sure that the webbing of your fingers comes to touch. You're going to place the palms of your hands together and just interlace your fingers like so. You're going to start off with your arms right over your chest with your elbow joints nice and straight. From here, you're just going to want to gently set those shoulders back down into the floor. Now you're going to want to keep those elbow joints straight. I'm going to go ahead and move my microphone here. You're going to keep those elbow joints straight as you pull back, aiming to bring your hands to touch the floor and bring your arms back over your chest. Inhaling as you pull back, exhaling as you come forward. So that is the static back pullover. And let's talk about some of the biggest mistakes to avoid. If your shoulder is lacking in the range of motion, you're going to notice that your elbow joints actually want to bend as you pull back. So prevent that by keeping the elbows straight and only pulling back as far as you can go without the elbow joints bending. And just focus on the breathing and doing this regularly, and eventually you're going to improve in your range of motion. You're going to be able to pull those arms back without the elbows having to bend. So a lot of times I see people wanting to try to force it to touch the floor and those elbows bend. So don't force it. Prioritize keeping those elbow joints straight. And the second thing is sometimes the rib cage will lift up and the lower back will arch as a way for the body to compensate to kind of force those arms back against the floor. So we definitely don't want that either. Focus on just allowing your stomach and your low back to relax and keeping the stomach, the low back nice and relaxed, pulling back, finding whatever range of motion you have without that back arching up off the floor, without the rib cage lifting up. And kind of the same thing, you're going to want to practice that range of motion that you do have without forcing it to the ground. And eventually you're going to improve in your range of motion. You're going to be able to get back without the ribs lifting up, without the lower back lifting up. Some of the things, one thing that can really help here is the breathing. So I like to accentuate just a nice gentle breath down into the abdominal area. As you breathe in, your stomach should actually rise up a tiny bit. And you're just going to want to be breathing in as you pull back and breathing out as you come forward. And breathing this way can help to kind of stabilize and help to promote a better, more neutral rib cage and lower back position as you go through the repetitions. So that's the static back pullovers. Again, just to summarize, you want to prioritize keeping those elbow joints straight versus going all the way back to the floor. And you just want to find the range of motion that you have without forcing it so that that rib cage doesn't lift up. And really make sure that you're keeping those abdominals just nice and relaxed. And that is the static back pullover exercise. You're going to want to probably do 3 sets of 10 reps. That's typically the recommendation for this exercise. And just trying to think if there's anything else. The purpose of this static back pullovers is to promote the proper range of motion or mobility of the shoulder joint. So if you do tend to carry tension in your upper back, or if you tend to have more of a rounded forward upper body posture, this is going to be a great exercise that is definitely going to help you a lot. So that is the static back pullovers.